Alright, now is the weekly time to reflect on what I did since last week. Today is November 21st, and exactly a week ago I wrote a lot of things here. Okay, so I think I set a goal for a medium term of making games and all that stuff. I totally forgot about it until like right now when I just pulled up the notes to see what I said I was gonna do. Am I gonna hold myself accountable? Maybe, but I just forget about this way too friggin' quickly. So let's hold off on that just now. Okay, medium term deadline. Forget about that. Don't worry about this. Alright, just take a look at this. Drawing just improved. Yes, I did. I did spend time to draw, and I was able to go through it. So all good. Cross that out. And alright, I didn't spend 3 hours on Unity development. I think I spent like probably 1 hour. I'm gonna give myself a pass and say I did it. Okay, so that was last week. So what I wanted to talk about were some new insights, actually some new shower thoughts. But I want to set a context for a little bit. So yesterday, I went to a birthday party of a friend of a friend. There I met a guy, and he actually did a lot of AR and VR development. We got started talking, and I think we hit it off pretty well. There's one thing that he did say that I thought was very beneficial in some ways to my goal setting. So he said, I was telling him about learning Unity, trying to get better, and he said that I don't have to be that good. It was actually something that I knew about, but at the same time, I just didn't bat two eyes at it. But the time that he told me, all of a sudden something was, how should I say it, was getting my brains working. So I started thinking. I forgot what he said exactly, but the gist is that I don't need to be the best at doing Unity. I don't need to learn everything there is to learn. I think a lot of times that's really what's holding me back, because I just keep on learning without actually creating the things I really wanted to create. Now I'm talking about this, I'm thinking, am I doing the same thing for drawing? Maybe, but it's an entirely different approach. I think there's two separate school of thoughts. One is very mercenary, and then the other one is more, I don't know, just wait, just go through the process, enjoy it, and good things will happen. So his point is just focus on the things that you want to create, and go ahead and make it. And through the process of making it, you'll get better. And I think for all the talks that I had for AR and VR, I never really sat down here and really think about what exactly I wanted to create. And same thing with all the great things I wanted to make, right? I think I talked to a lot of people about that, but I just never really wrote them down. So here I was, sitting in front of the computer and actually jot down the elements. So the things I actually wanted to create, and these are not exhaustive, but these are the key elements. I think I should probably build better references for these. I think there was some time that I saw flying colors, animated colors, color shapes, all different types of colors that go super well with each other, and also the Ghibli colors and all of that. Just floating through space and dance through space, and the traces of the blending yet never merging colors on the screen just really captivated me, and I wanted to be able to do something like that, and so that I can have a better catharsis. The second thing here are, well, definitely what's written here is dynamic, but it's really meant to be animated, I guess. Moving has to be moving to show life, to, you know, that's where all the magic happens. This third thing here are, you know, these great moments in nature. You see the great light. Oh my god, yeah, lights. Man, I love lights. This is one of the many reasons I love sunrises, because the lights, the orangish, yellowish color that hits on every object and all of a sudden just elevates, you know? It's almost as if like the sun's like the god that stands before mere mortals and touch the objects and then just turn them into great, you know, elevate them. And I really like that. I like the color of lights, and I want to do something like that. I want to be able to evoke the same type of feeling, the feeling of me seeing the lights moving across the surface, moving across the curvatures, and then just creates magic, right? Isn't that wonderful? Yeah, I mean, these are the three things that I want to be able to use in whatever I wanted to create. So, with that being said, the things I actually wanted to create, this is actually a shower thought. I'll just go through this really quickly. You know, for the first AR experience or VR experience, I want to create this kind of a horror experience. I'm not a big horror gamer, but I wanted to be able to replicate that. You know, a lot of times art or creation is just spitting out what you see, or repeat what you see, repeat what you feel to other people. And then I think it's the repetition of the repetition that makes it wonderful, makes it great. So I'm not a big horror person, frankly speaking. I think I have this very I'm not I yes, I am scared of a lot of things, I think, but that's beside the point. So the first potential AR or VR project, well, let's just call it VR project, I can do is I want to create an experience where the player or the person lies down, because all the VR games are all about standing up, moving around, you know, interacting with the world. I think that's all great and all, but everything starts with the assumption that you're standing up or sitting down in some way, shape, or form. So this one, I wanted to start the experience with you, the player, actually lying down on the bed, you know. And I want to integrate the lying down experience into this. I thought that would be really cool. For example, just you know, one of those nights you wait, you kind of awake, you're half lucid. This happens a lot less frequently now. I'm married and my wife's right next to me, so I never really get that type of feelings anymore. But I still remember when I was alone, waking up in the middle of the night and just, man, the sheer dread of being alone and embracing the darkness, or let the darkness embrace you in a way. Well, it's not really embracing, it's more like let the darkness consume you, and in the half awakened state you see things that are not really supposed to be there. You hear things, and then you start to remember all the horrible feelings, not necessarily scary, but just the one that puts you in such a helpless states. And I wanna be able to replicate it. I think that would be really cool. Yeah, I wonder how that would look like, you know. But yeah, so I think that's the first idea, and then the second idea here is really about surreal film, and the film that I thought would be really cool to replicate is, you know, let person experience the uncanniness of what I felt when I watched this movie. It's a short film, it's a surrealist film from the 1929, as in the YouTube video, and the name is Undulation Dog 1929. Thought that would be fantastic to replicate in the VR experience. Yeah, you know, wonder how that would look like. It would probably be super immersive, right? Has anyone else done that? Probably, but I want to be able to do it myself, because that's what matters to me. Anyways, so I think that would be the project. Now, this past week, let's take a look at what I actually learned. I don't want to write it down because that's just so much work if I want to do it on a weekly basis. Um, so for VR development, I think I'm still going through the tutorial, and I actually created a section in my Notion that documents all the VR related what's it called, a game design document or something. I thought that that would be a cool thing to start and kick it off, and maybe I'll just write it down and then start the actual process of creating. There's so much things I wanted to learn, but this is how I'm showing progress. So anything to demo, I got nothing this week, but I got this great idea, and today is November 21st, closer to Thanksgiving. Yeah. Man, next week is not gonna be super productive at all, huh? Man, this sucks. Alright, well, will I be able to do things this week? Interesting. I will go out of town with friends, but, maybe. I'll try. I'll try to still draw. I'll still, go through the Unity. Maybe I'll just start writing stuff on the AR VR experiences. I think that'll be great, right? Man, how am I supposed to write it down if I don't have a computer? Maybe bring my own computer? Like work computer? That's kind of sad, but sure, I'll bring my work computer. Yeah, so that's it for this week, and I'll come back and check in again next week.